Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm in the book. I got a nice little lesson today. I'm going to play a preacher. We're going to take a little bit and try to stretch it out. How about that? Got two lessons in one. I'm sweating, working my butt off in here. All right, but this is going to be fun. We're going to talk about reincarnation and enlightenment. You can avoid reincarnation by becoming enlightened, getting enlightened. Let's go talk about it. Two lessons in one. Right isms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tuning in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Well, when I'm through, that's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to Maya be true. All right. Right thinkers P-Funk philosophy on avoiding reincarnation with enlightenment. Let's talk about it. Is reincarnation and enlightenment? Talk about two opposites. Let's talk about it. In ancient Egyptian mystical symbolism and the philosophy, they tell you the journey of Ra, which is the sun. He rises in the east. It's a symbolic of the journey of your soul while here on earth. Pay attention, this is important. And just as the sun is born in the east, traverses through the sky, and then dies in the west, all right, it goes down, sunset. A human being is said to come into the existence born in the east, rising out of birth, live his life, transversing through life, and then what? Die as well. All ignorant people die. They reincarnate. Enlightened people go on through immortality forever with God. That's the sole purpose for us spirit beings having a human experience. Excuse me. Divine spiritual beings. Why God is divine and we of God, our spirit is divine. It can't die. So we are spirit divine spiritual beings having our human experience to learn life lessons. Okay, we've been telling you this for the longest. Thus, now it is beneficial to you to go to the West and stay there. Why? Because that's the abode of all the blessed. It's best to go west. Why? That's where the blessed rest forever, eternity, immortality. That's where you want to go. That's the symbolism in that behind that concept. And when you reincarnate, that means if you don't get enlightened, you don't know yourself for death in the physical body, you will die. Your conscious and your physical body goes together and your spirit move on to another body. Simple as that. Reincarnation is in the cards for all ignorant people. Why? Until you get it right. No, don't worry about it. If you didn't get it right, don't worry about it. You'll be back. The spirit don't care. The soul don't give a damn if you wake it up, get it enlightened. It reincarnates. It's been doing this since forever. It don't care. So understand that. It's personal. So here it says, if you don't go to the West, this is where the abode, the place rest and have joy and divinity forever. However, those, here we go, who are not ready the abiding place, to remain in the West due to what? Their previous actions, aka karmic entanglements. That means your actions, your IRE, whatever you did caught up with you. That's what karma brings you at Judgment Day. Whatever you didn't get doing your life that you deserve at Judgment Day, she brings it all to you, and that's going to weigh your heart down. That's a guaranteed reincarnation, okay? So they call it karmic entanglements. But it's your spiritual ignorance because you failed to wake it up. Now you will be reborn again. Reincarnation. Again, your spirit gonna get into another body and gonna have to suffer through the life again. So again, therefore, understanding you the aspirant or your desires is not going to the east because the east symbolizes the land. Excuse me. Therefore, your aspirations or your desires is not to go to the east. Now, I guess there's something to work out there. Why? Because the east symbolizes the land of what? Reincarnation, the ignorant, okay, new births. And it is the portal to what? To the renewed human when you're born from the mother's womb, coming out back into existence. Yep, that's the name of the game. You're just being reincarnated. And with your single struggles to what? Your future struggles, search for what? Desires of the flesh and try to fulfill your physical desires in the physical world will never happen. That's a guaranteed trip to the reincarnation field. Okay? So, thus, going to the West after death is the best. And it's a metaphor meaning that a person who has become spiritually enlightened. Again, the purpose and the way to avoid reincarnation is to get spiritual enlightenment. If you don't get enlightened, then you will reincarnate. Your goal as a man or as humans is to what? Make it to the West. Okay? That means you have to live right because that's where the best is blessed. And if you didn't live a righteous life, you ain't going to the West. You can come right back here, staying in the East, and be reborn again. And all those who remain ignorant through their life will die and reincarnate. Simple as that. That's the name of that game. Reincarnated meaning, okay, reincarnated, born in the East. Okay, yeah, with the ignorant, in darkness. You're going to reincarnate with amnesia. You're born in the dark. You don't know yourself, so you got to do it all over again. Okay, start here, climb that hill again. But going to the West, a.k.a. heaven, field of reeds, our mentor, that's the ultimate goal for all divine spiritual beings who come into have the human experience. We have this for a purpose, and the goal is to what? Make it to the West and become enlightened. And by doing this, one will not what? Be reborn again, will not reincarnate. And this is the ultimate goal of human life as we know it. But we've been teaching it for 1,000 years. Some people get it, some people don't. Don't make a difference. That's the game, name of the game of life. Ooh, I got more time. This is perfect. Now, let's talk about how to avoid reincarnating. That's what I teach, how to avoid coming back to this nonsense. But if you don't wake up, don't become conscious, some people like it. Okay, like Mikey, he likes it here. He likes when it's going through having physical pleasures and gaining material stuff. Don't that get old at a certain point? Moving on. That's why it's redundant. It's over and over again. So, the way to avoid reincarnation. Start from the bottom and work your way up. This is the purpose for religions. Watch this. Watch this. But this is the yogic philosophy. It's called spiritual realization. Reaching consciousness of what? Your heart and mind connection, becoming one with God. That's the goal for us coming here. We are God. We just don't know. So we have to what? Find out for ourselves. Every individual. No, mine don't mean for you. You got to get your own. Hence, self. Know thyself. The God that's in you, as Reverend Ike would tell you. First step, the first level is you learn about the divine through myths, stories, and mystical philosophies. Don't tell me that the Bible is a literal book. It's the mythological, allegorical, astrological, all the zodiacal book. Why? It's there for information. If none of them people got a gravesite, y'all can't get over that one concept. They don't have gravesites. What that mean? They never existed. It's real simple, but that it's just something about y'all got to believe that they really existed. Y'all really hell bent on that. I don't have time for that. Moving on. So, but you learn about God through the myth and the mystical philosophy that you have to practice. And once you learn about it, now you got to live it. My dude who teaches biblical concept, he lived the Bible. I got a problem with that. My brother who's an Islamic, he lives the Torah. I mean the Quran. He lived by it, swear by it. No problem with that at all. So again, the ritual, the practice is the worship. I do the same thing with my philosophy. I pray and meditate every day. So worshiping, seeing what? God in everything. I'm God conscious. I know God. I understand God. And I practice my spiritual disciplines handed down through God by prayer, meditation, and offering a selfish service to those who need what I have to offer. That's how you serve God. Whatever God I don't care, but those are the criteria in which you have to do. And by doing this, you are showing devotional meditation, meaning I communicate with God and I am one with God in my mind and in my heart. I got heart-mind coherence. I know God and I are one. I'm one with God. That's the concept that your philosophy that I teach that you can practice and manifest if you put your meditation work in. I got lessons, mastering meditative mindset, And the end goal for anybody who meditates, anybody that's born into this physical world, your goal, your ultimate goal here is to get rich and be famous. Everybody, no. Have a bunch of money, no. Be number one, no. Become the GOAT. None of those things are what you're here for. You can achieve those things personally, and that's all fine. But the ultimate goal for your spirit to be born in the physical form, for your divine spirit to have this human experience, is to pass the test of life. And that's the ultimate goal, which is what? To be merging with the divine through your experience with your higher self. And that's done through daily meditation and righteous and virtuous living daily. That's how that happens. And in doing so, that is the way you reach spiritual realization for yourself. You will know thyself. You and God will become one, and you will be your best self. That's how it's done. Anything else won't get it done. So, if your goal is to do anything but know thyself, you'll be here again. The way to stop the reincarnation, the birth, and whatever you want to call it, the do-overs, the mulligans, is to know thyself before death of this physical body. I'll give you the life lessons for you to do just that. That's why I do what I do for you, is to help you. And right here, wrapping it up, and when you're doing what we're doing, it's called a melting of one's heart. What that mean? Being referred to a verse I read earlier in the last lesson. It's the dissolution of your individual ego mind when it dissolves into the ocean of pure consciousness of knowledge upon atoning to your cosmic ocean of consciousness. You have reached the communication with Amun, the hidden one, that's God. And when this movement is in devotion, it reaches its highest height. And there is a realization right there. There's a realization that even your ego does not exist. Why? Because it's past the ego. It's better than ego. It's God. And now the I, which was previously you used to refer to your ego self, is now in reality the true self. Thus, now your spiritual aspirant, right thinkers, you're on what we call the devotional path, transcends what? Your individual ego, and now you're able to discover your higher self where? Within yourself, aka know thyself. Out of ignorance of your deeper true self, most people, the masses, 80% of us, become caught up in the dualistic thoughts of their own mind, and they have not really discovered the transcendental peace being caught up in what? The waves of positive and negative emotions in their daily life and trying to fulfill their earthly desires by acquiring things, something that they perceive will bring them happiness. Big house, fancy car, pretty girl. They live life in this state of delusion. And there is a constant belief that somewhere in this world will someone or something will bring them happiness. That's where they go wrong. You're looking for happiness outside yourself, you ain't never going to find it in the physical world. But despite their relentless disappointments and frustrations, it is like gambling, and they are constant when they constantly expectation that they will win, or even like this, even though the odds is stacked against them, they still think they're gonna win. In life, you got the best odds you could ever have from any gambling place. What? 50-50. You got one right or one wrong. Your choice. You go get no better odds than that. That's God's odds. Okay, he make it real simple. You can do this or you can do that. Don't care. But with this, you get that. With this, you get that. Your choice. And remember, I say to you, if you're willing to pay the consequences for your actions, have at it. Trust me, it's your choice. Again, you can do right or you can do wrong. Right? Get blessed. Wrong, you get punished. That ain't hard to figure out. So, right is getting enlightenment. Wrong is staying ignorant, and that means reincarnation. I try to get you the way, try to show you the way how to avoid the reincarnation. Hope you got the lesson. Take it to heart. Put it to use. Trust me, it works. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I've never done my right thinkers who now understand how to avoid reincarnation with enlightenment and passed away. Remember, enlightened beings don't pass away. We go for eternity. Ignorant people die. Trust me, don't die. Get knowledge of self. I got you.